Bore da, Owen. Bore da, Drag.
I'm not really a dragon, you know. It's me, Snorkers. I've gone for a lovely walk in these Welsh woods. Let's keep going.
Prynhawn da, die. Prynhawn da, dry.
It's nice out here, but I think I've rather lost my way. So, better keep pushing forward, eh?
Noswaith da, Hendin.
Noswaith da, Selsig.
Sot I ni cyn gwi pwydod pwdwy.
Fu I mi myrdyn I consul. Sa ffeis fi anhon I gan I Brenhin Arthur. Mae sedwag Arth I Ford Gron. Ar eich ci a'i lenwi?
Aid yma yn gyda flanced gochani.
Na. Nid yw hwnna ffyd yn eistedd un wedi ai eni eto. Hon yw hi, gyda sedd felen. A wen y ci imgwyd a genhedeth?
Yes, gwyth wedi blino, ac dwi'n hoffi eistedd I la.
Da iawn, Selsig. Dos on angen I ci lad I credo dwig. Have look.
The Dark Forest is the first game in Creating Adventure Games on Your Dragon 32 by Clive Gifford. It's a sample adventure, a medieval-style scenario with traditional baddies to overcome. And it starts off with a nice black screen, the Dark Forest, press any key to start, and a horrendous tone that just will not stop. That is, until you do press that key. You have dared to enter. Good luck. And away we go. Lots of nice colour, and then we get the standard dragon, green and black. You cannot have a coloured background and black text. It's just green and black or black on green, and then a random colour background. We have 3 attributes, strength, money and magic, all of which need to be improved in order to win the game. We've headed south, and immediately we are faced with a band of 10 robbers. Well, let's give them a fight. We have choice of attributes to fight with, strength, money or magic. We've chosen the strength. We can see that we are unfortunately not stronger than 10 robbers, and the bars are descending. There is more chance of the enemy bar descending than ours. There's a slight edge to us, but not a lot. It's going to be neck and neck, and we are already dead. It's a very nice, neat scrolling effect. We tried in vain, and we'll now try to find the secrets that the Dark Forest holds. But never mind, we can give it another go. Let's try again. The enemies are placed at the start of each game, but it can be different. So let's try going in a different direction. I hope to not find an enemy. Let's head north. Always like going north. Oh, that's an attractive picture with some nice lines. Oh. We fell into a bear trap and were captured by the Black Knight, who has imprisoned us. What should we do? Well, let's try and escape. And that didn't work. Game over. So combat in the Dark Forest is difficult. We've not managed to win a fight yet, and going north from the start puts us in a trap. Let's now try heading west onto the grassy hill, and let's now wander on south. Oh dear. We're in the evil Dark Forest, and here's the Black Knight, which Mr. Gifford recommends us to run away from. So let's try that. Let's run away from combat. And luckily, we've got away. Otherwise, you take a strength penalty. Here, I've come across a lovely view of Grendel the Hermit's lodge, and Grendel the Hermit, who have woken up.
Go off, my lad!
And he wants a fight. And, oh dear, Grendel the Hermit is not a very nice man. And he's beating the bejesus out of me with his hermit stick. This Dark Forest is not a nice place. Let's try another direction. Let's try going east, 'cause I've heard life is peaceful there. Let's go east in the open air. And what do we have? We have a lovely high-definition graphic coming in. The high-definition graphics on the dragon can have 4 colours, green, red, blue and yellow in this palette. Other palettes are available. We're on the Baron's Land, the Sacred Hills of Angelsark, and we're attacked by a bear. We're going to fight the bear with our money. Because this game lets you fight with strength, money or magic. Are we playing poker against the bear? It doesn't matter. Capitalism wins again. And we gain 7 strength. You need to increase your stats, but each time you move you lose strength. You can increase your strength by resting. Resting costs money, 1 or 2 coins per hour. Enter how many hours you want to rest, and then you get this screen, which you cannot skip or get out of. It just displays ZZ, ZZ for 1500 intervals multiplied by the number of hours. This is rather dull. Rather than hosting all the descriptions in an array, each location has a subroutine associated with it. This means that each location can be tailored to exactly what you want. Here you saw the beautiful Castle of Diamonds. That's all there is to it though. Nothing else to it apart from a pretty picture. But here though is something a bit more special, a field containing a well. You can go down the well, and what might happen is you get very, very wet. Alternatively, something cool can happen. Here though, I got very wet and lost most of my strength. So if fighting's no good, and wells are not much good, how can you increase your stats? You can look for treasure. Each time you enter a location, there's a chance you may find a treasure on the floor. You can open it. This here is a portrait of the beautiful Princess Caroline de Moselle. However, treasures aren't entirely safe. There's always a risk when you open it, you get attacked by an orc, and you lose some of your strength. Eventually you'll come across a fast-flowing river where there's a bridge guarded by a troll. You need to guess the amount to cross. If you guess it wrong, he chases you away. If you guess it right, he lets you cross. But here, I've been attacked by a bear. Fortunately, I'm a double-R bastard. Defeated the bear quite handily and gained 3 magic spells. But now what's the money again? And now I'm out of cash. It's a con. We finally find the creature's cave. It's terrifying. Look at that. Now, it warns you here, if any of your attributes are less than a certain number, run away by pressing a key. If they are, and you stay, it's instant death. Then you have a best out of 3 contest. You fight the creature with strength, with money and with magic. I win the first round. Now it's a matter of wealth, and unlike normal combats, there is no edge to you. Getting very close now, looks like the creature's going to outspend me. The creature wins round 2. On to the decider, which is magic, and I have a massive amount of magic spells. That's best out of 3. The creature is slain. I've conquered the Dark Forest. I've rid the country of a great threat. I am Snorkers. Arise, Sir Snorkers of Dragonia! And an attractive little victory screen. That was The Dark Forest by Clive Gifford. Now, let's make it better.
You are in the dark forest, exits going all directions. Try kill evil creatures, this is life in waves.
This is the Snorkified version. I've kept the annoying tone because I thought it adds to the charm. First obvious change is I've added a display of the exits. Exits are held in an array, so it's quite easy to say if the value is non-zero, there's an exit. This makes life a little bit easier to navigate. Otherwise you're constantly walking into walls, which is rather silly. Mr. Gifford suggests you may also want to have objects in an array. So here you saw the old glass bottle, which I have not opened. Let's head north again. See, our strength is now very low. Oh look, there's the old glass bottle again, which I'm still not opening. See, previously, treasures would appear randomly. Here they stay put. Once you've opened the treasure, they do not respawn. Let's jump down the well. Ooh, we found a golden figure. And here's another object, an oaken chest full of treasure, which is nice. I then decided to Snorkify the rest command. Like the 128k Spectrum, the Dragon has a play command, which is rather nice. But you can only do one thing at a time. You can't do anything while playing. So rather than a blank screen, I decided to do print the letter ZZZZ for sleep while playing notes from Brahms' Lullaby. This was done by taking Brahms' Lullaby and putting each note into an array and then playing each note individually and then printing ZZZZ randomly on the screen. The original had a mysterious woodcutter's hut that you needed a password to enter. This was tricky. Unfortunately, once you did enter, there was nothing in there of interest and you could always go around the back anyway. So I've now changed this to add 2 new unique treasures, a sword-shaped box, oh, there's an orc in it, and also a mysterious grimoire, which again contains an orc. Like all objects, if an orc's inside it, they will respawn. The real treasures are a shimmering blade to add to your strength, and the lost spellbook of Merlin the Magician, which boosts your magic. The Black Knight's Trap. You can escape from the Black Knight's Trap, although in the original game it's a bit pointless. I want to make it a bit easier to power up, so I've made it if you do escape, and I'm not telling you how, you get to steal all his money that he's captured from ransoming people. In the original, whenever you defeated a monster, it would respawn somewhere else. That didn't really feel right for named characters. Also, they could respawn annoyingly where the troll bridge was, so I fixed that. However, that then meant because treasures don't respawn, it can be difficult to build up your stats if you don't find the magic treasures, and the magic treasures also don't respawn. So certain monsters do respawn. 10 robbers certainly do, and the bear. But what about Sir Rufus of Gascony? He is the weakest of the monsters, but he's named. So what I've done is to get more variety. That particular monster does respawn, but he has random names. There are 10 night names and 10 night locations, inspired by Arthuric legend, and whenever you face one of these knights, he has one of these randomly generated names. And these names do also have an impact on his strength. As is retro law, all games for the Dragon 32 on Snorkification must be translated into Welsh. So we've done that, starting with the file name. Dark Forest in Welsh is Coedwig Duith. I've replaced the horrendous beeps with the Dark Forest theme tune. You may know it as Men of Harlech. And as you can see here, I've displayed the exits. Exits are interesting in Welsh. A lot of languages have unique letters for each direction. Not all do. A couple have a couple of duplicates. The worst language for this is Zulu, where all 4 compass directions start with the same letter, E. In Welsh, though, we have 2 pairs of letters. We have Gogledd for north, Dwyrain for east, Day for south, and Gorclewin for west. So we can't just use the initial letter. We have to change it so that we use the first 3 letters. But hey Snorkers, Day is only 2 letters. That's okay though, the Dragon 32 works it out. If you want to rest, you have to enter sleep, which is Cwsg, CWSG, which is sleep. And then as normal, it asks you how many hours you wish to sleep for. You can sleep for up to 27 hours. This is because there are 54 notes in Snowdon, a traditional Welsh lullaby, which I've entered into the Dragon 32 in an array of notes in exactly the same way as Brahms' Lullaby. I also replaced ZZZZ with the Welsh snoring sound. Different languages have different comic book conventions for snoring. I first looked this up and found a lovely map of Europe with lots of different snoring sounds for different countries, such as snork. Wales was not involved. However, David Eldridge pointed out that there was a news article which revealed the secret of Welsh snoring, because YouTube unfortunately tried to auto-subtitle a charming bedtime story involving teddy bears and made it rather sexual. So we do at least have the Welsh snoring sound. But now let's listen to Swogan.
Woke me up. Now you'll pay the price, boyo.
As I don't speak fluent Welsh, I relied on Google Translate for the translation work. Most of the translation was fairly simple. You had to watch out for because certain words in Welsh change if they have adjectives attached to them. And on the Dragon 32, I cannot easily create user-defined graphics. The splendid Watchtower of Pendragon, Watchtower and Guard Tower both have accents, whereas Tower does not. I have to change that ever so slightly. The vocabulary you need to play the game is actually pretty simple. They become Imlath, Rhedeg, Crifta, Arian Hud, Os, Nac Os, Cwsg, Arthg, Marchogdu, Cladron, and Grendel I Mudwi. Not only have I translated the entire game into Welsh, I've also changed the knight names and knight locations into more appropriate forms, going back to the original Arthuric myths. So such characters such as Gawain and Geralt, and places such as Gwent and Logres and Caerleon, which is in South Wales. There is no Welsh word for grimoire. However, so what I've decided to describe the book as a magic book, and Merlin the Magician becomes Myrddin y Conjurer, which is Merlin the Conjurer, because otherwise the word magic is used too often. The other bit of localisation I've done is when you open the locket containing the portrait of the beautiful princess, I've changed it from the not very Welsh Princess Caroline de Moselle to the much more Welsh Princess Catherine o Abertawe, famous for, among other things, the Darling Buds of May,
Perfect.
Zorro, and Entrapment. The end victory tune is just random beeps. Yeah, that's not too bad. How about a nice rousing tune to celebrate your triumph? Stick around after the closing cinematic for the rousing tune, which is the end victory screen.
Now that's what I call a successful quest, what ho? Yakida!